When I was a kid, I wanted to be an explorer. I watched Jacques Cousteau and Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I loved maps and encyclopedias. I wanted to go where we hadn't been, to see what we hadn't seen and understand what we didn't understand. I had no idea that the territory I would eventually spend my life exploring would be the psyche and the human condition, or that the first map I would have to make would be my own. By 8 years old, I already knew something about the world didn't add up. I could see contradictions between what people said they valued and how they actually behaved. Years later, I joined the Navy and became a calibration technician. I learned that instruments drift, environments affect them, time affects them, and what happens to them matters. And you don't calibrate something once and call it good forever. You check it again. Decades later, after discovering that I had spent most of my life living with dissociative identity disorder, I became an explorer again. This time I went backward. I mapped my own timeline. I examined what happened to me, how I adapted, and what those adaptations protected me from, and how they continued affecting my life. And the dots began to connect. I realized that my fractures didn't happen in isolation. They happen in relationships with families, communities, beliefs, institutions, environments, and systems. To understand how I fractured, I had to understand how those systems fractured too. Somewhere along the way, the explorer became a map maker. The map became the labyrinth of self, and calibration became the way home. I don't believe my map is the map, it's mine. Your life has its own terrain. What I can do is leave behind the maps and tools, art, music, stories, and resources I've gathered along the way. Different doors for different people. You don't have to walk the path that I walked. The point is to begin mapping your own. And maybe, as we begin to understand the systems within us, we can begin to change the systems around us. It's time to bring the balance.